Hey friends, it's Pattie with Get Personal with Pattie, and I am doing my weekly budget overview with you. I use the Budget Moms box set for my personal funds. My personal funds get deposited into a separate personal checking account for myself. I do have a family. I use my paycheck for all sinking funds, savings, utilities. That's going to change probably in August. And envelopes, groceries, variable spending. So that's what we use my check for. So as life would take it, things happen all the time, craziness. So it's been a crazy week. I'm glad it's Friday. It's Friday, June 25th. So my dad, no, oh my goodness. I'm thinking of my parents this morning. Hey, that's not so bad. So my husband had a freak accident this week and he is in the hospital. So I've been kind of doing it solo, and it's okay. I have some great friends, and they have been really stepping up to feed me and to help take care of my daughter Grace this week. So I bring it up because I don't know what his plan of care is going to be in the next few weeks. He just had a hip replacement, so other than resting and being home, and we'll get through it together. I'm going to continue to work and take a couple hours sick time here and there when I need to come home and check on him. But financially, he may not be able to work for a couple of weeks, or he may have to do it from home, which is fine. He can do it from home. He has that kind of a job. So I'm going to try to be a little less putting my money into sinking funds probably for the month of July, just to give us a little extra cushion on a monthly basis. So this is my last paycheck in June, and I will go over that with you. And then I'm really excited to show you the leverage planner video that I will definitely do this weekend to show you how I'm converting that planner into a joint to show my finances monthly in both my joint account and my personal, but also keeping the box set as well as the workbook, budget by paycheck method, to really track the track everyday stuff and to really give me the overview. Like the leverage planner, I'm just going to use as the overview, and then I'm still going to keep these separate books as as I've always done. So I'm excited to start doing that. But let's go into the June 25th paycheck. So up here, this is the paycheck bill tracker. The idea is that you fill one of these out every time you get paid. So I get paid once a week, every Friday. That's when I fill that out. I use the budget by paycheck workbook for our joint funds. My husband gets paid bi-weekly, so I use that every 2 weeks. But I also put $100 of my check in that account. So I also fill out a budget by paycheck, one of these trackers every week in that book as well for joint expenses. So let's just go into my paycheck. So I have a rollover cushion of $190, and if you've watched my videos, I've had that higher, I've had that lower, and I just build it up. I'm building it to $200 and keeping it that as a cushion in my checking account. So hopefully this is June, so I put it as income here, and then down here, that's my first bill that I take out. So I'm taking out $10 for cushion this week, and that gives me my $200. So I'm going to keep $200 cushion in my checkbook at all times, and that'll just be rolled over as $200. So my check this week was with no overtime. So as you can see, it's very little than what has been in the past. It's $178.33 plus 50. 50 is something that I transfer directly into a separate account that pays for my emergency fund here, $25, and Christmas, $10. So that's automatically, that happens. And then my checking account balance was $163.40. So I have $531.73 to work with plus that 50. And like I just said, even though my check is this amount, I do put $100 separate into a separate the joint account. Okay, All right, so my cushion is $200. I did have a Rotary donation this week of $25. I did go to lunch with Rotary people, and it was $34.82 that I put on my debit card, and then they gave me money, cash for there. And I should have put the cash in here and then taken it out, but I really don't know how I spent it. The last couple of days has been a little foggy, so I didn't do it, but that's fine. So then I had to use Dine Out debit yesterday for a salad for lunch, so that was $10. So that total comes down here of what does that say? $269.82. That leaves me $261.91. So I come up to the envelopes, and I'm not putting as much as I have been in the past. One thing I'm definitely not doing this week, so we don't need it, is groceries. Although I am putting $40. I usually budget $60. I'm putting $40 into my grocery envelope in case we need money throughout the week. But I'm not doing an Aldi haul this week because we have meats and chickens and side stuff, and half and half. I buy 2 every 2 weeks, so I have enough of half. My husband hasn't really been home since Tuesday, so he hasn't really gone through his half and half. He might need half and half when he comes home, which I think might be the weekend or even Monday, so we'll worry about groceries at that point. So my husband, I'm saving $25 because he's not getting any spending money this week because he's not going to go anywhere. I'm giving myself $20 most likely for lunch today. Dine Out, I am putting $30 in the Dine Out envelope. So obviously we're not going to go to breakfast Sunday because he's going to be laid up. But, you never know. We might want breakfast to go kind of, a linguiça cheese roll or something simple. Extra childcare, I owed the extra childcare IOU $40, and then I had to put an additional $20 for this week coming. So that's $60 altogether, which is that $150. This total leaves me with $111.91. And then the only sinking funds I'm doing for this last week of June is $12 for my L, which is I do a word challenge a month, and every letter represents a dollar amount that gets saved weekly. So for June, it was pool, Pool, and then I only owed the $12 in L. And then my monthly challenge, I owe $25. So I started this in January. January was $10, February $20, March $30, so on and so on. So I owed the envelope for June $25, and that'll be up to date, so I can go into July, which is $70, and start saving $70 for the month, but I'll save a little bit every week because it breaks it down easily. And then these are automatic transfers. $20 to the car household maintenance fund, $25 to my emergency fund, and $10 for Christmas 21. So I think I'm going to change this to $25, and then I'm going to change my direct deposit of $100 into the joint account to $125. So a little bit of changes for July happening. July starts the new fiscal year, and although our monies don't go by fiscal year, my husband does get paid, fiscal year. So I think I'm just going to make those changes right in July, and that'll be, a little easier to see and understand a little bit. It's obviously January to June is January to December calendar year. So then over here is the cash envelope breakdown. I put the dollar amount that I want for what category it is, and then break down the bills that I want to get and go to the bank. And then you can make these up, but they do come in the budget by paycheck end of the booklets, and the budget by paycheck workbook has these, but I bought them from thebudgetmom.com. And here's my cash totals. Like, I give this to the bank. They love this little piece of paper. They stopped commenting on it because I do use it all the time. And then I did put my expenses already in here for this last week. So I put that in already. I track it by colors, and that's about it. This weekend or next week, when I have some time, because I do have to do a couple things for school that I've been kind of just tired not doing it. Okay, so I'll have to do my wrap-ups for June, which is where did my money go page. I've already have this started, so I can just plug in the numbers. And I've already created July's budget in the Budget by Paycheck workbook. So I'm excited about July. I'm always excited about a new month because, you know what, now that we have a little bit of, a health thing going on, we do have a cushion, and that makes me feel good. But, you never know. I don't know if he's going to be able to work from... He is going to be able to work from home. I'm not worried about that, but I obviously want him to rest as well and not just jump into work, because that's not going to help the family and his health. So that's my Budget by Paycheck weekly budget. I hope you're all doing well, and please subscribe and like so you can get videos on budgeting, planning, and just life in general and things that we talk about here on our channel. And thanks for being a subscriber. Watch out for that Live Rich Planner video that I'm going to definitely do this weekend. Have a good weekend, and thanks for watching.